This is Tuomas from Wolfheart, and you are listening and watching to Rockum Radio. Hello.
Hello, Thomas.
Yes,
Hi, how are you?
I am good. I'm busy but good.
Same here. Well, my name is Gino. I'm here in Canada, in Kingston. Um, I have a rock and radio show in the CFRC 101.9 FM every Tuesday from 10 to midnight. Uh, the rockumweb.com from 22 years.
That is 22 years. That's a long time for radio. Congratulations for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. The last time I saw you was in Toronto in 2019 from this tour.
Yeah. That was the final Pudum tour what we did with Swallow the Sun. That was a cool tour in many ways, but also a little bit sad. Sad because that was the final for that band to happen.
Yes. But your performance was great.
Thank you.
Yes, I was in love with your band, huh? A good way. But I love your music. Yes, amazing. That was in the Phoenix concert, that venue in Toronto.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Well, Thomas, I have some question for you.
Yep.
All right. What was the main inspiration for the title and themes of the Draconian Darkness?
Well, it was basically the whole album is like the flip side of the coin compared to our previous album, King of the North, because that was the theme and concept album about the Finnish and Nordic mythology. Mm-hmm. And I get very, of course, as a Finnish and Nordic person, I'm very connected with the nature anyway. But when I was diving that far in the history of Finland and the Finnish people and the beliefs and people praising bears as demigods and trying to come up with like explanations where the Northern Lights came from and their point of view of the afterlife and heaven and hell and creation of the sky and sun. That was super fascinating, and I got even more deeper connection with the nature and the surroundings. And this new album is basically the opposite. This is like the King of the North was about the time when human beings were living in a perfect harmony with nature. We respected the nature, we feared the nature, we praised the nature, and we just took what we needed to survive. But now, this modern age, we just kill and burn. That's all we seem to do. So this is like the last album. I was looking back at the history, and everything looks super nice. Okay. How human beings behaved and how we were in balance. Now, when I look around, I see how badly we are hurting the Mother Earth, basically, and how we are just destroying the nature and the animals and the other human beings. So that's what the Draconian Darkness is about. That's the darkness that the humankind is bringing into the world.
Wow, interesting, amazing. How has Wolfheart sound evolved on this new album compared to King of the North?
The one big difference, not big difference, but a big evolution point is both of our singers, our bass player and vocalist Lauri, and the solo guitar player and vocalist Vagelis. It seems like every time when I have some new material and I give the songs for those guys, they come up with better vocal lines. They are better as vocalists. They have such a big input nowadays on the music itself. Like I can leave so many doors unopened with the actual songwriting because I know that every time they will have a bigger input. So it's this album is more into like this band writing kind of like together, even though I write the music myself, but the input of the other guys is bigger. But at the same time, music-wise, it is darker album because the theme makes it darker. Because when I was writing music for King of the North, I knew the topics. It was the mythology and the Nordic gods and stuff like that. So it's very romantic theme for a Finnish person. So the music also followed a little bit with that theme. But now when I knew that this album is going to be, the theme is darker, that made the songs become also darker. So those are the biggest differences.
Oh, okay. What new recording techniques or technologies did you explore while working on Draconian Darkness?
I've been working with the same sound engineer for more than 10 years, and we've done so many albums together. So every album I leave more of that to his hands and focus more on just the music and my own performance. I think it's like I'm not that interested of recording myself. I don't really pay attention anymore to what happens in the technical side, the plugins and the mixing stuff and the mastering and stuff like that. I think it's healthier the more I step back, because otherwise you're going to end up like Jari in Wintersun. You're going to make one album for 12 years when you are just like keeping every strings in your hands. I think it's better that the songwriter writes songs and musicians play the instruments and sound engineer does the studio work.
Were there any particular challenges during the mixing and mastering phases during that changed your approach to the album?
Not on this album. We didn't have any problems. It was like at some point we were even thinking like it's going too well. Something has to go wrong soon. Like this is not. Usually there's always one or two obstacles, so it was surprisingly smooth and easy. Like nothing went wrong. It's not like a lot of things have gone wrong in the past, but there's always been at least scheduling challenges or everyday life issues making something difficult at the studio. But this time there was nothing.
In terms of musical structure, are there any novelties in Draconian Darkness that you would like to highlight?
Basically, the whole theme of the album is, because every song approaches the same topic a little bit different way. Some of them are like from historical point of view. Some of them are even like a science fiction kind of thing, like how the world will look in next 20 years if we continue like this. So the whole album is about the same topic anyway. We are just here to kill and burn. So it's a different stories under the same topic.
Oh, all right. Was there any collaboration of external influence that was especially significant for this project?
No.
Okay.
Not this time, no.
Not this time. Okay. With the depth and ferocity mentioned about the album, what do you hope listeners feel when experience Draconian Darkness?
I do hope that they get both, like they get the combination of the rawness, but also the beauty. Like it is a dark album in our scale of music or our way of like music, but I hope that that's not all they hear, because there's a lot of like beauty and like what we tried to accomplish was like a lot of things to sound like cinematic, like they would work if you take the vocals out, they would work as a soundtrack for an epic movie. So I would like to me the best case scenario would be that when somebody puts the headphones on and puts a song on, he or she will see some majestic landscapes like places of Iceland or Norway or northern Finland in his mind when he's listening to the music. So there's like, I hope it brings some visual ideas and emotions.
Oh, okay. In my opinion, the song Evenfall connects with the band's older material. How do you manage to balance innovation with respect for your musical roots?
One thing is that we are very active when it comes to touring. Like every year we play quite a big amount of shows, and we still have certain songs even from the debut album that we play on every show. Like the song called Hunt, that was the first single we ever released, that was like 11 years ago, and we still have that on the set list when we start the Finnish tour in next 2 days. So like we are constantly connected with the roots of the band. We play songs from every album. Like I think it's important that that we keep the connection, and we do love the songs. It's not just because of the being like connected with the roots of the band, but it's a good sign that we still want to play the older songs. They are still like competing well with the new material.
Wow. I think that tour is coming soon.
Yeah, it starts in 2 days. It starts in 2 days. Yeah.
Today, Friday. Yeah, I know. Can you share a memorable moment from your recent tours and festival performance?
Let me. We didn't play many. I think we did only 3 festivals this summer because we wanted to like put more input on the next one. So one of the coolest memories of this year, and it might even stay on my top 3, was that we got to play in Australia for the first time ever. Like I've never been to Australia, and of course never played with any of my bands, and we did the tour with Flesh God Apocalypse. And like we've been doing a lot of tours in Europe, luckily quite many tours in North America, but traveling literally on the other side of the world and see still people wearing our t-shirts, knowing the lyrics of the songs, that's kind of like mind-blowing, because like at a certain point, like places like Germany and Switzerland and stuff like that we play very frequently, to expect that. Some of the people already by name or the face that they're going to be there. These are our fans. But you fly 12 hours to a new direction, and you still find people with Wolfheart t-shirts. So that was, and it's an amazing country, amazing people, amazing country, and yeah, that was one of my bucket lists. Like places I'd never been before, and I would really want to play, and I finally got it done. So
yes, I want my Wolfheart t-shirt too, and then I will buy one. The last I couldn't get one because it wasn't my size.
yeah.
The big guy, every XL. No, I need a triple X. Comfortable. Well, I hope next time.
Yeah, it looks very promising that we're going to do a North American tour somewhere around February or March next year.
Oh, perfecto. If you could choose a historical place to shoot a music video, which would be and why?
That is a good question. We did already 3 videos in Iceland for this album, and that's one of my favorite places in the world. But a historical place I would really want to like do one music video in a very cool castle, but I can't decide which one it would be right now. But that would be something really, really cool. Like even though our music is not like this like a castle, it doesn't fit that well for a castle, but I really love these like medieval castles. And
Well, castle, yes.
Yeah, so it would definitely have to be a castle, and I like Northern Ireland.
Wow.
Ireland and this abandoned castle in Northern Ireland. I think that would be insanely like by the ocean and having some drone footage and stuff like that. I don't know which castle that would be, but I know that would be like a killer music video.
Wow. Amazing, huh? Amazing. If Wolfheart had a completely music-free day off, what group activity would you choose for fun?
Sometimes when we are on a tour and there's a day off, we might go to see a movie together. And I think that's that's the best. Like because when you go to movie, then we sometimes quite often go to gym. At least me and Vagelis and Lauri, or we just go and see the city and go eat. But usually we talk something about connected with the tour, like we don't escape the tour mentality. But when you go to a movie with the guys, you take the popcorn, you sit down, and the movie begins. That's the 2 hours that you don't think about that you are on a tour, or what happens next week on a tour, or what is the tomorrow's venue. Like that's like it switches you off completely from the touring mode. So that's been done quite many times if when it's possible, and there's a movie theater nearby and there's a good movie going on, we probably might go and see a movie.
Wow, I did that yesterday night with my wife. I went to the cinema. It's true, you switch off.
Yeah.
Amazing, good therapy.
Because it's really difficult when you're on a tour. That's where your head is constantly. Like if we go, and we very often go to have a dinner together, find a nice restaurant and just sit down and relax, but you are still on the tour. You don't switch off. But when you go to a movie, unless the movie is really bad, then it doesn't help. But if the movie is good, then you basically escape the whole reality around you. So that's really cool.
True. Talking about tours, what has been the strangest or most memorable souvenir you've received from a fan?
Souvenir. Yeah, there's one. I think it was like the venue people gave me this. It was like this very small, like a doll.
Okay.
Black like this. It's like this. What is the word? Best word? Like a small bear,
Okay.
like a children's toy, and it had like this some kind of like a drawing and stuff like that, and it had our logo, and there was no sender, and I didn't know who gave it to me.
Okay.
But it was advice for the venue people that this needs to be given to Tuomas, and they gave it to me. And then I tried to ask, like, who gave you this? And nobody was like, we don't know. We just got this. And then I even like I think that happened years and years ago, but I posted that on social media, just like thank you whoever gave me this. This was cool. And I got an email from a strange email with no name, just like you're welcome. There was no, because it is, of course, it makes a lot of sense that if somebody wants to give you a present or souvenir, you will meet that person. But that was like and it was even, the bear had the similar piercings I had at that time. It had like piercings in the ears.
Uh-huh.
So somebody saw a lot of effort for that particular small item, but at the same time, he or she was very careful not to reveal who it was from. And that is very unlike not that common thing. So I think that stuck to my mind a little bit differently.
Oh my God. Well, Tuomas, any final words for this interview?
Plus, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we get to do the US and Canadian shows in February and March, and because it's been always awesome. And yeah, hope to see all the people there.
Fantastic, Tuomas.
Thank you.
I hope to see you soon in Canada, in Toronto. You always come. So
yeah. Eventually we will. That's for sure. Yeah.
There's people that think that you're Canadian because you always come. Well, Tuomas, thank you so much. See you
Thank you. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.